Holy shit. Oh my god, that's so bad.
Oh my god, I feel so lucky to be in America. It's the first time I've said that for a while.
Stop waiting. Lost Ark problems won't improve much. Here we go.
We got some MMO stuff to talk about, and it's going to be a bit of a moan about Lost Ark. It's going to be a bit of a moan about Amazon Game Studios' handling of Lost Ark, and also at the same time going through their official notice that very little is going to change, at least in the short term, if you are a European player, which, of course, if you're not from Europe, you probably don't have a lot of the issues we're going to be talking about in this video. I'm glad you're having a good experience if you're outside the region, but if you're inside the region, your mileage is definitely going to vary, and some of us are having a very poor experience still, 10 days post-launch, so that's what we're going to talk about. This update is February 20th, update on current top issues, official notice from Amazon Game Studios, and it reads, "We are aware of multiple issues continuing to be reported over the weekend and are working day and night with Smilegate RPG to get them addressed. First things first, European queues. Love a good queue in England. We know that players are still experiencing long queues in Europe. The Europe Central region is at capacity, and unfortunately there is no way to increase the number of players per world in Europe Central. Adding more servers is not possible based on the complexity of all the systems that need to work together, and due to not being able to continue expanding Europe Central capacity, we quickly spun up Europe West. This is an appealing option for new players or for players who have not significantly progressed on Europe Central. We also provided a second variation of the Founders Packs to all users who purchase them in order to make switching servers more viable." Now, this is the position I'm at right now. If I show you, I can try and log on to my server on Europe Central. We're at 5:58, 5:59 p.m. as I'm recording this. And as you can see, waiting for server. This is as soon as I've just...
Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh my god, that's so bad. Wow. 8K is nothing. I have 20K on mine. Oh my god, man. That's terrible. So how long does an 8K queue take? Like, let's say you log in on Europe and you're number 8,000. How long until you go into the game? It's 2 or 3 hours? So you're talking about, like, if you guys are in a 20K queue, you're talking about, like, 6 hours that you're not even playing the fucking game. Like, 6 hours just to get in. Fuck. Yeah, that's really bad. That is really, really bad.
Clicked at 8,700 players, basically, which is going to be about 30 minutes, probably 30 minutes to an hour. The way that I play games typically is that I log in, do an hour, do a little bit of work, you know, go do something else, log in for an hour, do a little bit more. And I've just not really been able to get going on Lost Ark due to the fact that pretty much every day this week, for the last 10 days, when I try to get on, it's like a 30 to 1 hour wait, 13,000 people in queue, and a lot of people are having this same experience. If you look, most of the servers on Europe Central are busy, which essentially means, you know, you're shit out of luck. They're probably all going to have queues. And the solution here is that I've got to ask my friends who have been playing more than me because they've got...
I think this is what happened with Final Fantasy, and it's also what happened with Warlords of Draenor, is that a lot of people, as soon as they have to sit in a queue for a long time, they're just not going to play the game. That's it. They're not going to play the game. And it's the same thing happened with Classic WoW too, I think, too. Is that as soon as you have to sit in a queue and you have to wait to play the game, obviously a lot of us are more engaged video gamers. But for an average gamer dad, the idea that you have to sit around in queue for 6 hours, because the thing is, like, this is what you do, right? This is the smart thing to do, is whenever you're at work, you use remote desktop and you log in to make sure that you stay logged in by the time that you get home. So, like, you log in at like 10 a.m. and that way by the time you get home at 5 or 5:30, the queue's done. That's what you fucking do. And that's what I've done. That's what most people do. That's what you used to do in Classic WoW, is you would do things to keep you logged in. And, like, yeah, auto clicker or something like that. And that's what I would say a lot of people should do if you don't want to have this happen, is use remote desktop. Like, Google has a good app for, like, remote desktop, and all you have to do is just log right in and play the game. That's so sad, though. It is sad. And the problem is that, like, for us, we know about this, but gamer dads, remote desktop sounds like the thing you use for your TV. They don't have any fucking idea. These are people that are these are the casual Andes. These are the people that are just, we're going to hang out, we're going to enjoy ourselves, and that's really about it. So you lose out on like this huge amount of people that are the least involved because they're like, oh, well, I was going to play the game, but it's got a queue, so I guess I can't play the game. Well, that's too bad. If I could play the game, I'd play it, but I can't play it because I'm in the queue. I guess I'll play something else. And that's about it. And they just move on.
Got less stuff going on in life right now that we're all just going to have to re-roll to Europe West because, as we're about to get to, there is no server transfer functionality. And obviously, as they've said there, they can't actually make more people go in the servers and they can't make more servers. So you just fuck. Essentially, what they're saying with this is there is no fix coming. We can't add more players. We can't add more servers. So the
oh my god! Like what they should do. This is what they should do. Like I don't know if they can do this. Is that like they should make it to where like if you get a character to 50, if you have a character at 50, you can make another character at 50 on the West servers. Because like asking people to re-level and like redo everything, you're gonna lose so many people in translation. They can't do that. That's not true. How can they not do? They're lying. Yeah, they have Power Pass. That's what a Power Pass is. They're lying. I don't want to hear about it. They explained it.
Only thing you can do,
sure.
Start again on another region or quit the game. That's literally your two options. Or I guess the third option is wait for other people to quit the game and then you'll be able to play. And if you could even get into the game, we're about to go through the other issues that are constantly plaguing the game for European players, which seems to be the forgotten region, despite Europe being, I believe, one of the most populated regions.
They said it's coded into the game that you need 50 first. Change the code. Remember how WoW said that it would be impossible to change covenants? Like that like there was no ripcord and you couldn't possibly do that? And then the moment that people stopped playing the game, that suddenly things became possible? I don't believe it. I think that what they're really saying is that this problem affects so little people and they're continuing to play the game that it is not financially lucrative or important enough for us to solve it. That's what I think they're really saying. Is they're saying that like, yes, while this affects you, there aren't enough of you that are upset about it for it to affect us financially, so we are not going to take the necessary steps to solving the problem. What is this here? And if that doesn't work, just buy a boost, but buy a $1 boost one-time thing for each account. Yeah. It's a Smilegate problem. Here's a question. Do you think that Amazon has exhausted all of their resources trying to solve this problem? No, I don't think so. I think that they don't really give a shit. I think that they care. They would prefer if it didn't happen, and the solution is complex and hard to do, so they just opted to not do it. That's what I think. Straight up, real talk, on a stack.
For games in general, but server transfer functionality. We definitely hear the request for server transfer functionality and have thoroughly investigated our options. This instant functionality does not currently exist in Lost Ark. This service just rolled out in Korea and is a weekly batch process that requires maintenance to run. It also does not support cross-region functionality. Therefore, unfortunately, it is not a viable option at this point for the Western version, but we'll not rest until we've exhausted all options. So again, no real options here. Waiting it out doesn't really help you at all because you're going to be waiting for a lot of people to quit the game in Europe Central or for them to re-roll so that you can even log on and play. And if you're thinking that, you'll wait it out and then you'll just get a server transfer, go back to point one. There will be no additional servers made in Europe Central, and they, of course, are not allowing any kind of region transfer because the technology simply doesn't exist. And it makes sense for them to not have the capability to do cross-region transfers because the game's a Korean region game and they only have one region in Korea being, Korea. So it makes sense for them to have not made that. Next up, Power Pass functionality. We've also heard they ask for Power Pass grants to help folks transfer to new regions, but unfortunately, this is not something that can work as a solution. A Power Pass can only be implemented on a roster that already has a level 50 character. Roster basically being your family, if you're from BDO. It's essentially your overall server account level. Encompasses all of your characters on that account on that server, and will not work on the first character on a roster.
It's just such bullshit. I don't believe this for a second. I really don't. I don't. Yeah, just change the fucking code. Like, oh, well, we can't do it unless you complete the quest. Okay, well, then just put the fucking quest giver right next to the person that you log into. Like, if you can't get around this, just add in the quest giver, put it somewhere else. It takes time. How much time? How much time? As I said, I think that they are not trying. I think that the truth is, I'm not a programmer, but in my opinion, I think the amount of effort to code an NPC into Trixion that immediately completes all of the quests for you and levels your character instantaneously probably will take less than a day. I am not a programmer, but I cannot see how it would take any longer than that. Because you know how I know this? Because there are times in the PTR that Blizzard adds NPCs like that instantaneously on the PTR. I don't have a clue, but, oh yeah, these are the same people. The people that are saying that, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, were the same ones that were saying that, oh, well, Blizzard can't make it to where you can swap covenants all the time. You believe them. I don't believe them. Yeah, I don't believe them. It's bullshit.
Even if you were previously done so on another region or server. However, you're still going to get 2 free power passes on the Europe West region after getting your first character to 15, completing Ellen's gift. So basically, if you start again, you do still get the power pass rewards, but it doesn't help you if you are just starting again. Crystalline Aura update. This Crystalline Aura thing has been probably my biggest pet peeve, because I'll wait over an hour to get into the game and then my Crystalline Aura doesn't work, or the shop doesn't work, or the matchmaking doesn't work. It's fucking just been mostly unplayable. I don't know how everyone else's experience has been in Europe, but
oh my god, I feel so lucky to be in America. It's the first time I've said that for a while, but like, goddamn, holy fuck. Like, this, is it really this bad, guys, over in Europe? Like, I mean, a lot of y'all are probably in Europe right now. Like, what's it like? Yeah, like, that sucks, man. Holy fuck. It's unplayable? Yeah, like, in Europe, it really depends on the server. You're currently 14k in queue. Man. Like, it's just... Main issue is that Amazon's team talking, and they might not actually have any control over game code changes. I feel like... I don't know how the contracts for things like that work, but I don't... Any excuse to me is not good enough, basically, because I don't believe in excuses for things like this. This is a world that you created. I don't care about the excuses. It doesn't matter to me. They're all bullshit. And I've seen it over and over and over that games and different problems and things like this, they're impossible to solve until people really get pissed off, and then somehow a breakthrough comes down and everything is okay. I think it's bullshit.
Experience has been, I'll just wait it out. I'm having fun playing the game, but I can't really get on, and when I do get on, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And then, you know, this has just been another thing. As for reports of missing Crystalline Aura, we put in a potential fix today. That should improve the connections while we continue to work on a more permanent fix with Smilegate RPG. You'll have to let me know if this has worked, because again, I've not been able to log on today, but hopefully this has solved that, because it does suck waiting through a queue and then getting in game to realize the thing you paid for doesn't actually function.
Yeah.
So matchmaking as well, we understand, folks.
Well, it's like somebody who fucking sits in queue for 5 hours, and then they get into the game and they don't have their buff, so they have to spend more time leveling and doing shit. They paid? Is it for free? Well, it's a Crystalline Aura, right? Crystalline Aura is like the optional sub for Lost Ark that makes a lot of the features in the game. It just removes a lot of friction in the game. And it's basically like a sub. And like your sub thing doesn't work. It's optional.
So experiencing issues with matchmaking, which is a critical feature for organized play. To improve matchmaking, we'll restart Europe Central servers on 2/10 at 11 p.m. With an expected downtime of 2 hours. This will help stabilize the feature while we work with Smilegate RPG on a more long-term fix. So this already happened. Again, not been on today, so I don't know how that one helps. And then they're just going over gold seller spam. We've seen this, right? It's a typical MMO thing. I don't really need to labor that point very much. It sucks that this exists, but it's always going to, and
I don't believe that shit for a second. Oh, we can't do anything about the gold sellers. Oh, we have no idea. Oh, no, we can't figure this shit out. Oh, my God, this is so hard. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here with your bullshit. Hire one person who's a GM, and you figure out where the bottlenecks for bots are, and that person, oh my God, there's even a fun. Look at it. Look.
Like, I'm not gonna worry about it then.
Look at it.
Wait, bro, what the? Were those bots?
Oh, we can't figure it out. Oh man,
Oh my God.
Oh, what?
Look at them all.
How do we know that they're
Look at them all.
bots?
And they're all playing Berserker too.
Dude. God.
Oh my God.
How could they-
my fucking God.
Oh, man.
What do you even say to something like that, man? It's a multi-boxer? No, because they're not moving all at the same space.
Oh, dude, how's it so hard? How we can't never figure this shit out? It just you see the kind of bullshit I'm talking about? You see the kind of horse shit I'm getting into? Oh, we can't figure this out? Dealing with gold stars isn't literally the same thing as changing the code? Yeah, they can't do either one of them. So, that's actually a really good point. You're right, changing the code is a lot harder to do. You are 100% right, it's way harder to do. And I think that the fact that they can't deal with the gold sellers that are so fucking obviously in the game implies that they also don't care enough to try to change the code. Because if they can't even do the easy thing, what do you think the odds are that they're going to try to do the hard thing? You see them literal bot class? Here's the thing. The reason why berserkers are the class that bots use, it's because they're the most powerful. And it's the most powerful class. And because it's so powerful, that's why people want to play it. That's why people want to use it as bots, is because it can farm most efficiently, because it is that good and that powerful. It's not because it's the easiest class. That's not why. It's not the easiest class. It's actually the hardest class if you know how to play it the right way.
I assume they're trying to police it as much as they can. They're basically saying they're working on in-game moderation tools and improving those. They're going to continue to monitor and remove the gold spammers and take actions as needed. While we work on a more permanent fix for spammers in chat, you can create a new chat tab by clicking the plus icon in the chat box and selecting the chat types you want to include or exclude, and this will allow you to hide area chat, which you should probably be doing anyway.
What a bunch of horseshit ass garbage. Like, yeah, right, bro. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, oh, we can't figure out the gold seller shit. Like, how is it that people are able to identify this, but the company can't? Like, again, you hire 12 people, one person for each server, and they just sit there. Actually, you probably need, like, you probably have a way that you can pay attention to, like, 5 different servers. One person can pay attention to 5 different servers. And they just look at the different chats, and they're like, oh, wow, look at this. Buy, 6 gold for, $10. All right, well, let's ban him. And then that's it. They're done. You automatically escalate that over to customer service. They investigate the account, and they're banned within 5 minutes. It's just crazy. It's crazy that this can't happen. Not a single company does that? You're right. Because they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit. They don't want to invest money into it. Maybe it's because Melee it doesn't work that easily. It's possible, but yeah. You see, like, everybody acts like this is some kind of really complex thing that, oh my God, you have to be a programmer to understand this. No, you fucking don't. The fact that every single player can identify what a bot is, it's obvious what bots are. It's obvious whenever somebody's selling gold and advertising gold in trade chat. I don't want to hear about the idea that they don't have internal parsers that can read chat logs from 5 different servers at a time. Because I could do it on my computer running virtual desktops. So if I can do it on my PC as a random neckbeard, then I think that the people that own and produce the game not only can do it, but can probably do it even better than I can.
Because all I see in the area chat on my server is people complaining.
Oh, wait. Actually, somebody brought up a really good point in chat. Actually, I am wrong. They can't do it because they can't get into the server. The queue's too long. Yeah. The solution is to hire 50 plus full-time workers. Of course it would work, but good luck convincing a company that gold spammers are worth that. I think that, like, you could... Like, yeah? Couldn't you just, like... So there has to be a way yeah, that's true. Yeah, they don't want to spend the money. Like, and that's what it is. Again, right? It's not that they can't solve the problem; is that they don't want to invest the money into it. Which that's exactly what I said. What I'm saying is that there is a way that the game parses chat text, because if it couldn't parse the text, it would not be able to prevent people from saying different profanities. So guaranteed, it parses chat. And can't you look at 5 to 10 different gold selling ads, find commonalities between what they're typing, put that into an algorithm, parse the chat in general, and then anything that hits that algorithm immediately gets forwarded to customer service? There is no way that's not possible. There is literally no way that's not possible. That's sort of what the script tries to do right now. Well, they need to hire somebody that can make a better script, because it's not working. Yes, they already implemented scripts to do this, to working to refine them. It was already announced. That's good.
About everyone not speaking English,
yeah,
which is a odd thing to be doing, but there you go. So they are also talking about fraud protection changes, which is basically when you're trying to buy things on the game, sometimes you'll get a purchase failed. I've not been swiping because I've not even been able to log on the game, and I wouldn't be buying stuff in the cash shop anyways. But some people that are trying to wallet warrior their way to the top, which you can very easily do in Lost Ark if you've got the bank balance to support that gameplay avenue. I guess we're going to call it that. They're getting some purchase failed because they've got a limit on daily number of purchasers. Good, fuck them, fuck the whales. But this is probably going to be top priority to...
Rich had this problem. Rich actually had this problem. And he contacted Amazon about this problem. I'm not even kidding you. He actually tried to directly contact them because he's like, I can't give you guys any more money. This needs to be fixed immediately. I'm not fucking kidding you.
Fix it because they want those wallet warriors out in full force. Ongoing work. We appreciate your help in identifying the top issues you are experiencing. Here are some further urgent issues we're working with Smilegate RPG to address: a fix for matchmaking errors in addition to the server restart listed above, and more stability and latency with Crystalline Aura, as well as other lingering store and product inventory issues. These fixes will require a new build, and downtime will keep you posted on its anticipated deployment. Now, we could definitely labour the point that Amazon Game Studios has fucked up yet another game, just like they've done with everything they've touched to date, with multiple years of cancelled, unannounced projects, their cancellation of named projects that they finished and just didn't make the cut, or New World, which launched way before it should have. But at least in this...
I think this is being cataclysmically mismanaged. I will also give them, like, if it's still being mismanaged in 2 weeks, then I would say that, listen... Like, this is a huge problem. Like, right now, they're fucking up. They're definitely fucking up. But I'm not going to say that, okay, this is like 100%, like, they can't solve it, and like, they're just totally wrong. Like, I'm not going to completely place all of the blame on them, because, as I said before, I really don't think that Amazon was prepared for this. Not that. I don't think they're prepared for that either. But, like, I really don't think so. Like, look, it's going up to 1 million again. It's probably going to break 1 million people. Like, it hasn't updated, obviously. But it's going to break 1 million people playing the game. They didn't expect this at all. They even said, like, I mean, Gold River said, like, what was it, like 200,000? This is 5 times that.
There's very few things that we can definitively point at and say this is their fault entirely. They're claiming the biggest issues are Smilegate design implementation for player capacity per server, as well as the server amounts and server transfers. So their hands seem to be tied. We publicly don't know enough about the matchmaking servers, the Crystalline Ore, and the shop implementation to say if that's their fault, or perhaps a combination of the two, so we can't logically attribute that to Amazon either. The only major fuck-up that I can attribute to them logically is the fact they didn't launch Europe West servers alongside Europe Central. It's very weird to have Europe Central and not Europe West servers in the first place. And that, for me, is a pretty terrible decision.
Yeah.
And I can't see a reason why they couldn't have done so in the first place. It seems that would have alleviated most of the issues the entire region is facing, and I keep coming back to the idea that they just did a little dicky and saved that money. The typical MMORPG thing to do, we've seen it so many times now, it's pretty much commonplace. They launch with minimal servers based on estimations of player base, so as not to create too
Okay,
many
I'll
servers and
check
have
after
dead
this.
ones where they need to merge them later, or a worse gameplay experience for the people who are on the smaller population servers.
Yeah.
It makes sense, of course it does, but at the same time, the success of this game with the popularity they saw on social media, the success in other regions, and the marketing push from Amazon Game Studios and Amazon in general with Twitch streamers.
Guys, everybody's saying servers are up. I'm gonna wait until I'm back on, or back done with the video, and then we're gonna log on, okay?
Playing the game and things like that. It should have really made the decision for them. I think this is the unforgivable part where they've actually made a very big error. Then again, think about it this way. If they did launch European West, they would have been the full servers and people would have been pushed to play on Europe Central. But at least at that point, they wouldn't have wasted their time playing a game or waiting for it to get better when clearly it's not going to. So all in all, I've been enjoying Lost Ark when I can actually play, and I'm sure I'll be pissed having to level again and make that progress. But the fact is, the game at least makes me want to do that, which then tells me logically I'm enjoying it and it should be worth it. It seems the reviews are good, aside from, of course, being held down by people that are unable to play.
I feel like most people that negatively reviewed the game only negatively reviewed it because of the fact that they couldn't log in, which is fair, but it's not really something that's an indictment on the actual game itself rather than the service of the game.
And those European issues we talked about, and then the play numbers are also remaining consistently high with 1.2 million people on a Sunday evening over a week post-launch, which means it hasn't dropped all too much and probably would be much higher if these problems didn't exist in the first place. I just wanted to make this video to let people know, if you're like me, if you're like some of my friends and you've just been waiting for things to improve, stop, because they are not going to improve. So you need to bite the bullet and either move server or prepare to continue having a shit experience for at least the next few weeks, as this update reads as essentially strap in and hope people quit or re-roll. So thank you very much for watching. Hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Hopefully you are enjoying the game when you get to play, and I'll see you next time. Stay safe out there. Wow. Peace.
All right, that's a decent enough video. I mean, like, it sucks. That's what happened. But, I mean, like, it is what it is. Let me link Kira's video. It does really suck that happened, man. It really, really does. It's fucking awful. But that's the way it fucking goes, man. That is the way it fucking goes. We'll watch Kira's videos more later on. But, yeah, I mean, I think this is not a surprise. Oh, shit! I'm actually able to log... Oh, holy fuck!